You're about to embark on a journey that will lead you through the fog-drenched streets of a little town tucked away in the corner of North Carolina. This town, Joiceville, is quiet. It's so quiet that it's easy to forget secrets are hiding within its very soil. But be warned, this isn't just another quaint story of small-town life. It's a tale of deception, manipulation, and the hidden hands that pull the strings behind the scenes. You see, the events you are about to witness unfold long before the chaos we know from Excuse Us, Season 1, and even further before the tragic revelations set to come in Season 2. And while we are diligently at work on the next chapter of Excuse Us, we couldn't shake the urge to tell you this particular story. This is Fogbound Deceit. You'll find yourself walking down darkened alleys of history, questioning everything you thought you knew about Joiceville. The stakes are set in motion, and the threads of this twisted web stretch far beyond the edges of this quaint little town. Uncover the deepest lore and watch as the smallest pieces begin to fit together. What you see before you is only a piece of the larger puzzle, a glimpse into the underbelly of a town that seems peaceful on the surface, but underneath, it's a ticking clock, one that's about to explode in ways no one could ever predict. This episode, and the ones that follow, serve as a prelude, a segue in time, leading us closer to the dark heart of Joiceville, where corporate influence and blind Corp's secretive operations have been quietly shaping the fate of its people. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy this little detour through time as we peel back the veil on Joiceville's quiet little secrets.
In the heart of Joiceville, under a blanket of fog that pressed against every window and door, old man MacDonald sat in his old rocking chair. The room was dim, save for the faint glow of a lamp and the distant hum of an old radio. Outside, the night seemed to breathe, thick with the fog that rolled in off the river. Inside, though, all was still, until it wasn't. A noise, faint at first, broke the quiet. A subtle scrape as if something or someone had disturbed the calm.
What a peculiar and murderous sound that was. I better ignore it and blame it on the cat or some other house guest a person of my old age might have. Like a fish or something.
He leans back in his chair, but then the noise comes again, louder this time. His eyes snap open.
Well, that's kind of hard to ignore now. The same loud noise happens twice. That's too many times. Papa always said something poignant and relevant about coincidences that I just so happen to not be able to recall at this very pivotal moment.
He stands, his old joints creaking as he begins to move toward the source of the sound.
Old joint? You gonna narrate everything I'm doing in such a judgy way, is you?
It's an audio medium, old man, I have too. But I can try to be nicer to you.
I'd appreciate that, old sport. Well, I suppose I'll have to see about that strange and murderous sound, don't I?
Yes. The handsome old man slowly walks toward the hallway, moving with surprising agility for his age, almost as if defying the years, leaving one to wonder how someone so old can move so swiftly. He peers into the darkness, the kind of darkness that haunts his soul, the kind that keeps him awake at night, questioning whether he's been too much of a failure, too much of a miserable person, now left alone with nothing but his foolish collection of spoons. The house groans too, as if it too is straining to listen.
I'm on a fence on whether I like you or not, but you speak the truth, young buck. Anyway, could be the wind, could be the damn mice, but could also be...
The noise stops suddenly. The silence presses down, thick as a curtain.
Oh, shit. Now that's quiet.
Clever, isn't it? A second later, the noise returns, closer this time, a scrape against the floor, then a shuffle, something or someone moving in the dark.
All right. Now that's something. Not the cat, not the wind, and no rat's been that loud. No, I've heard that before.
He stops at the door to the study, eyes narrowing.
All right. You can't keep me on edge like this. Just a figment of my imagination.
He opens the door to the study. The room is darker, quieter. The silence feels wrong. Another rustle. Closer now. He steps further in.
All right, come on out. Whoever you are, I'm not afraid, okay? I'm a little afraid. Oh my, it appears I have soiled myself. It's inconsequential. I was planting azaleas this morning. Never mind, I'll get the broom or the fish or something.
The silence grows more oppressive. The scraping stops.
Not a sound now, eh? Bitch, just typical. All that noise, and now not even a squeak?
He steps deeper into the room, squinting at the dark corner. There's nothing there, but something feels wrong. His hand hovers near a shelf where a strange wooden spoon rests, an odd relic from days long past.
I'm not losing my mind, am I? The spoon.
He walks further into the room, the sound of his footsteps, now the only thing breaking the silence. Then, a sudden shift in the shadows. A figure moves too quickly, too quietly, in the farthest corner.
Oh, it's you. The least obvious, but at the same time, the person I thought of all along.
The figure steps into clearer view, never fully revealing the details, leaving the identity of the intruder shrouded in mystery. After all, what kind of murder mystery would this be if we revealed that the Major was the killer within the first 5 minutes? Oh, snap. Giblets. Can we censor that in post, yeah?
Yeah, we can take it.
Great. Woof, almost messed that up. Old man MacDonald, realizing the Major was there to murder him, now with a hint of disbelief in his voice. Oh, shit. I did it again, didn't I? God damn it. Get it together, Neil. Get it together.
What do you... Oh, no, I'm being murdered. I'm being murdered hard.
A muffled noise follows, a door gently closing somewhere in the house. The rest is silence. The room suddenly cold as the air stills.
Hard.
The morning after old man MacDonald's hard, murderous death, Joiceville seemed to hold its breath. The fog, still thick from the night before, lingered in the streets like a shroud. By the time Detective Lake and Detective Pool arrived at the scene, the town was already buzzing with rumors, but little did they know that the true horror had barely begun to unravel. The house where MacDonald had met his untimely end stood still, just as it had the day before. A quiet, unassuming place that would now be forever marked by death. The air was still. Too still. My spoon is also made of steel. The detectives step through the door, and as they do, the sound of a distant clock ticking breaks the silence.
A lot of people would pass right by this place. Quiet, clean. Not much to see here. Or so they'd think.
Well, I wouldn't want to pass by the place. Looks like a killer's wet dream. Nice and isolated.
A heavy, uneasy atmosphere hangs in the room. Detective Lake glances at the room, her eyes drawn to the faint marks on the floor, a trace of something disturbed.
Something's off here.
Oops, sorry. Let me turn on the lights.
Thank you. This room, it wasn't just some random act.
Detective Pool leans closer, his gaze flitting across the cluttered desk, the overturned chair, the strange spoon in the corner. He smirks, but there's a nervous edge to his voice.
Yeah, looks like somebody went a little too hard with the home makeover. And what's with the spoon?
Slow zooming panned with eerie music playing in the background as the camera zooms into the red herring spoon.
Don't know yet. But these marks aren't accidental. Something, or someone, was moved here.
A soft creak of the floor behind them catches their attention. The door they entered through is now slightly ajar. The air grows colder as the atmosphere thickens.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Something's not right here. The way the door... It's like someone's been in and out of this place.
They continue searching the room, but the quiet is almost oppressive. The air feels heavy with the weight of what has just happened. Then, a sudden sound. A loud creak, like something moving in another room, makes both detectives freeze.
What was that?
The killer. I don't know. But it's not the wind. But for sure the killer.
Why would the killer hang out here after murdering this man so hard?
Good observation. Maybe this spoon labeled the red herring spoon of misleading is the reason why.
Worth noting it in our journals. Scribble. 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 So, you think this guy just died in his sleep?
He wasn't just killed in his sleep. No, this was deliberate. The signs, the way he was moved, the placement of the body. Everything's too controlled. Even that note, clearly labeled the killer's note.
A lot of people would just assume it was a random act, right? Maybe even a robbery gone wrong. But there's no sign of that here.
Detective Pool steps forward, tracing the faint outline of a note half hidden beneath the desk. He picks it up cautiously and reads aloud.
I murdered this person. It was not an accident on his part. He did not, in fact, mean to stab himself 13 times in the chest. Signed, murderer.
Well, that clears it up, doesn't it?
The detectives exchange a look, their suspicions confirmed. A muffled noise follows, a door gently closing somewhere in the house. The rest is silence, the room suddenly cold as the air stills.
Under his breath. This whole place gives me the creeps.
Forensic analyst Steve enters almost out of breath, as if he's been rushing around. He stumbles over his words as he starts speaking.
It has the murderer's signature.
What do you make of this crime scene?
Could use more exposition.
Detective Lake, you've solved more murderers in the past year and a half than the entire Christmas choir has sung Christmas carols. Whew. And Detective Pool, you're also here? Oh, man, I know your partners, but 2 for 1, eh? Your track record for being the most absolute observationalist detective on this side of the globe is nothing short of remarkable.
Is that enough exposition?
Jesus.
Jesus Christ? Yeah, he's a figure whose influence spans millennia. Some people think he's not real, some people do, whose teachings have shaped civilizations, sparkled revolutions, inspired countless works of
Sorry.
art.
Yes, that's us. Respectably in Jesus, I guess.
Yeah, don't keep going. I can keep going. I know a lot about Jesus, but I'm an atheist. That's why.
That's enough for me.
Yes. So I'm the one who found the body. Me. It's dead. Yeah. So quite a mess in here, isn't it? I mean, there's stuff all over the place. I mean, it's not what it looks like. Unless what it looks like, it's a murder, and then it is exactly what it looks like, of course. You see, this sort of things happens all the time. I mean, not all the time. It doesn't. People are not getting murdered all the time. But, there is, a dead guy.
Relax, Steve. We'll get to the details. Just tell us what you found.
Right. So, MacDonald, his body, is dead. And he wasn't, and it wasn't just stabbed. He had some defensive wounds too, and you might see some signs of struggle, arthritis too. And there's a note, right? The note's important. Yes, very important, very, very important. The most important, some might say. Makes it clear this wasn't an accident.
I don't think he meant to do that.
Get murdered hard?
Right. That would ruin my evening.
Indubitably. This is no accident.
I don't think he meant to stab himself 13 times in the chest.
So, the victim's name is...
Old Man MacDonald.
I already said it, but okay, yeah. Oh, amazing.
Indeed.
Amazing. She's so amazing.
Thanks. I learned how to read when I was young.
Detective Lake shows a bunch of mail addressed to the victim.
Clever.
Thanks.
Well done, Detective. Wow.
Case closed.
Not yet, Lake.
Right.
So the Vic, that's her forensics little term. The Vic.
Age range,
Okay.
25 to 80. Male, likely Cassian American, somewhere in his mid-40s, give or take a few years. Height's a bit of a challenge to estimate, but we're looking at somewhere between 3 and 10 feet tall, based on the general proportions and, well, some of the items I found nearby. Definitely not the average height of your typical victim, though that would require further scrutiny. He also has a mild but noticeable affinity for mystical and rare spoons. One could surmise a possible collection, if the residue of that odd carving tool over there is anything to go by. Not to mention the sheer amount of teaspoons he had stashed in his desk drawer. Not your usual drawer contents, I'd say. Could be a hobby. One of those rare obsessions that, when combined with his apparent fondness for large oak furniture and a very specific kind of tea kettle, suggests a deeper personality. And perhaps, just maybe, an unfortunate misstep in his pursuit of, well, whatever it was that kept him collecting those spoons. For the looks of it, though,
Okay.
let's just say he's definitely got more quirks than your average dead guy.
What is it, Detective Lake?
He's also a pants-wearing type.
Classic old man.
What do you make of it, Pool?
He's dead.
Of course.
From all the stabbing.
How could I miss that?
Not old age. The stabbing did it. Stabby, stabby.
Ah, that's brilliant. That's so brilliant.
Anyway,
Let's blow this popsicle stand, Ace.
and grab some ice cream.
No one grabs ice cream, Lake. You eat it with a spoon.
Yes, of course.
The
The
spoon.
You guys are so good at this.
As the investigation into Old Man MacDonald's untimely death drags on, Detective Lake and Detective Pool find themselves at a crossroads. Their leads have taken them to strange places, and they begin to realize that things may not be as straightforward as they once thought. The sun hangs low in the sky, casting long shadows over Joiceville as the detectives arrive at the local police station. The fog outside seems to linger in the streets, creeping up like a curtain that hides more than it reveals. They know they're close to something. What that something is, they're not yet sure. The door to the office creaks open. Inside, forensic analyst Steve is busy sifting through papers, muttering to himself in an attempt to make sense of the mounting evidence. Detective Lake and Detective Pool enter, exchanging a look before approaching Steve.
I'd been down this road before. Murder, secrets, lies. This town's got all three in spades. But this one, it had the feel of something deeper. Something hidden behind the closed doors, like that fog outside that never seemed to leave. As we walked into the station, I could already tell we were close to something. Close, but not there yet. The sun hung low over Joiceville. Long shadows, half light. Almost as if the town itself was holding its breath. Steve's in there, going through the files, doing what he does best, rambling about things we'd already passed over. But there was something different this time. I could feel it. We weren't just chasing down a murderer. We were chasing a ghost. And that ghost had its hand in everything. Steve, what have we got?
Well, where do I begin? Well, you know, it is a bit of a puzzle, isn't it? A real mystery, you see. I've been looking through all these evidence, and, well, we got some strange things to unpack here.
I'd heard Steve's ramblings before, but today felt like a new kind of strange. Major Simone, the nun, the neighbor, a woman obsessed with spoons. Yeah, the list was looking real solid. Solid as wet paper. But that's Steve for you. If it doesn't add up, he just keeps slapping things together until it looks like a picture, or a painting, or whatever it is he's trying to make sense of.
Okay, first of all, let's talk about Major Simone. Now, Simone! Now, well, she is involved in a case, of course, but you wouldn't know from the first glance, if you look at it maybe 3 or 4 times. Major Simone! You see, she's not the kind of person you immediately think to be, involved in something like this. It's just that it's not obvious, right? Now, who would think it really obvious, But here's the thing. I dug a little deeper. And, well, she's a friend of MacDonald's, apparently. At least that's what everyone says.
Major Simone?
Everyone said so.
Well,
So,
ain't that convenient? The last thing I need is another clean-cut, upstanding citizen to toss on the pile. Steve's got the hots for the big names, and that's fine. But we're supposed to be solving murders, not making a list of town favorites.
I mean, she's been around for a while, She said she has some business dealings with McDonald's. Nothing too serious, but that we're seen in the same places at the same time, large crowded places where it would be obvious for a lot of people to be at the same time. The super awesome diner. Super awesome diner. Yeah, they've been known to congregate there often, and they're both there on the day of the murder, which I thought was very curious. Very curious, yeah. But I don't have anything solid linking her to the crime, of course. Everything's just hearsay.
It was too clean, too perfect. And Steve was piecing together a story, but something didn't fit. Major Simone was involved somehow. I could feel it. People like her, always in the right places at the right time. Always too good to be true. They're dangerous. And if we weren't careful, she'd slip through our fingers.
And well, we have Vinta. I'm gonna wait for the cue of the snare.
No, Steve. We are quite done with those. We have done plenty, and we are done.
Wait.
No more.
Why not?
No more, Steve.
What?
Stop, Steve.
How come you guys get a background music voiceover and I don't? I've been talking for a minute.
That's enough.
Okay.
Steve.
Rude.
It's
That's messed up. That's messed up.
enough.
G. Mm-hmm. Well, this one's interesting. Vintage is the lady who had the slight issue with MacDonald one time when he sneezed in her direction. You know this story, right? She blessed him, and he didn't say thank you. Now, I wouldn't say she held a grudge, but she followed up with this particular threat, which I have to admit was a bit strange, Yeah. Well, she did say she was going to come in the middle of the night into his house and murder him.
Yeah, that's a real classic.
For a murderer's rampage.
Threatened to kill someone over a sneeze? I've heard it all now. It's like every nutcase in town wanted a piece of the action. But this one, a spoon-obsessed old lady with a vendetta over a sneeze? I don't know, Lake. Something doesn't feel right.
We'll dismiss her, of course, because who doesn't want to murder somebody that doesn't say thank you after you sneeze, or you hold the door, I mean, no one really takes someone seriously who makes those kinds of threats like that, right? Well, just in case. We'll put her on the pinboard. Put her on the pinboard. I already got the yard. We'll put her on the pinboard.
More absurd leads. But we still need to keep digging. Every piece of the puzzle counts. Even the ones that seem ridiculous. If we're going to catch this guy, we need to follow every lead. Even the ones involving spoons.
I'm telling you, this could be something. We cannot leave any stone unturned.
All right, Steve. We'll take it from here. But just so we're clear, any more eccentric suggestions, keep them to a minimum, all right?
I'll be right here, if you need anything else. Maybe a water, a pizza, any one-time per pizza. Or if you need some details on the spoons, or any other subjects, maybe the spoons, specifically the spoons. I've been looking at these spoons, and I'm telling you, there's something about these spoons.
Well, we've got our list. And we've got our suspects. But something doesn't feel right. A couple of pieces don't fit. And there's a shadow hanging over this case that I can't quite shake.
We're going in circles, Lake. The more we dig, the messier it gets. Major Simone, a nun with a vendetta, a woman threatened by spoon labels. It's enough to make a guy want to take up knitting. But hey, the night's still young. Let's see if our little town's got more secrets to spill.
Something's brewing. And in Joiceville, you can feel it in the air. The fog isn't just outside, it's creeping inside, too.
Lake, you see that?
I saw it, and I think I just found the answer we were looking for. Or maybe it found us. Either way, we're about to uncover something that makes this whole case feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg.
The fuck was that? You hear that? Doesn't sound like a friendly conversation. Lake, this thing's about to explode. We're diving deep, and who knows what we'll pull up.
And next time, Joiceville will show us its real face. We're not in the clear yet. Far from it.
Join us next time on the mysterious death of Old Man MacDonald, where nothing is as it seems, and everyone has a secret to hide. You won't want to miss what happens when the truth finally comes out. Music fades out with an eerie echo. End of episode.
This episode is made possible by listeners like you. Visit our website at lifedesign.net/excuse-us.
For support or additional information, please visit our website or Patreon page at patreon.com/RodPoolArt.
Tonight's production of Excuse Us, a mystery drama with delightful undertones of humor and eldritch horror,
was produced by Rebecca Lake Pool and Rodrigo Pool. Written and directed and performed by Rodrigo Pool in association with R&R Aside Audio Theater.
Music and sound effects by Epidemic Sound. Some other sound effects were recorded live on set. Voice modulation by 11 Labs. If you're enjoying this production, please make sure to review or subscribe to our show wherever you listen to your podcast.
Check out our Patreon page for bonus content.
Until next time, this
is Rodrigo Pool saying thank you very much for listening.